Well, hello everyone. It's going to be doing our Friday update here at City Hall. As we do every week, we start with our COVID news, and while there has been some positive news that I'll talk about here shortly, here in Bardstown and Nelson County and for the state of Kentucky and so forth, we are still very much in a red county as far as the number of incidences and cases and so forth and hospitalizations. Our positivity rate is still quite high here. I think the last sum I saw it was over 9%, which under 5% is considered acceptable. Our incident rate is still quite high. Fortunately, in the Lincoln Trail area, we're not as high as our neighboring counties, Marion and Washington County, but still we are in the red zone, so it means we have got to continue to do the things we do. The governor has announced that he will be taking away his executive order effective, I guess it would be Monday. December 13th will be the last day that restaurants will be closed for indoor service as well as bars, and the reduction in capacity for the local gyms. So, but that's not to be misunderstood as a reason to let our guard down. We still need to wear our masks, do our hand washing and our social distancing, because the other news that probably will be out next week will be the effect of possible impact of Thanksgiving travel and people who maybe still had large gatherings or attended large gatherings. The impact of that will probably start showing up next week, so we could very much see a rise in our caseload here in Bardstown and Nelson County. To date, last number I saw, we have now had 15 deaths here in Nelson County as a result of COVID, and of course they had the funeral services for Chief Scotty Dennis from the city of Bloomfield this past week, who lost his life as a result of COVID. So we extend our sympathies and thoughts and prayers to his family, and hope they can get through all this. So very difficult times here. Other news related to COVID here and of course around Kentucky and the United States is the approval of the vaccine, which is expected to get formal approval today from the FDA. I personally called the governor's office last week to let them know that we have at least 3 facilities that are equipped for the proper cold storage of these vaccines and can implement the vaccinations. Obviously, that first round of vaccines that will come to Kentucky will be the phase 1 round of vaccines, again for first responders, healthcare workers, people in long-term care, and so forth. But we want to make sure that the governor's office knows we have that capability right here at home, so we are planning on us getting our first vaccines the same week as everyone else will get their vaccine, and hopefully that'll start us on this road to herd immunization, meaning that we need a great number of our population overall, not just the first responders first phase, but to be vaccinated, which will create herd immunity that will allow us to get back to normal. So more on that as we hear from Frankfurt and the feds on the distribution of the vaccine. It's very promising, very good news, and I hope it will help us have something to celebrate during this holiday season. One thing though, on a positive number for us here at City Hall, is that we received notice 2 days ago from the Department of Local Government at the state level that we had been approved for an additional $298,000 in COVID funds, or excuse me, CARES Act funds, and that is a great help to us with our general fund. That money can be used to pay police and firefighters, first responders salaries, as well as purchase other equipment we need to be in the first responders part of our COVID effort. With that being said, that is helping free up some funds in our general fund that could be used for other purposes. So with those funds freeing up other funds from our normal general fund revenue, I'm proposing to call a special meeting of the Bardstown City Council Tuesday, December 15th, to propose another round of grants to support those businesses that were greatly impacted over the last 3 weeks through the governor's order. Those would be, obviously our locally owned and operated bars and restaurants and our gyms. So I feel like the council was very happy to hear about this new funding that we received through the CARES Act, and we want to be able to try to help our local business community as best we can, because it's been a very trying time for them to have to cut back on their businesses during this holiday season, which is so important to the health of their businesses. So we'll have more news on that after our meeting on Tuesday of next week. That kind of concludes my report today. It's good to have some good news coming out, but again, we need to be diligent and do what we can to keep this numbers down by doing our masking up, our social distancing, and our hand sanitation. Do your part, and we will make a difference.